And I hope you're having a most wonderful Tuesday. It's kind of like a really mellow day. It's the 1st of December. So, white rabbits, it's an old English, I guess, folkloric kind of tradition or practice that if you say white rabbits, the first thing you say on the first day of the month, that it's good luck all month. And then Christina texted me this morning and she told me to put cinnamon and blow cinnamon. And that helps to bring like peace and wellness in your house, as well as prosperity for your home and your business. So I thought that was kind of cool to share that. And I was like, and cinnamon always makes me think of Christmas, that holiday season, from Thanksgiving, all the way to the 1st of January. I think of cinnamon and, cloves and all sorts of yummy things like that. So we're going to just do a one card reading, and what we're going to look at today is just kind of like a little bit of motivation. It's kind of like, what's my mantra for the day, or where can I focus, because I'm all over the place. Okay, I lied. It's not one card, it's 3 cards. She does this shish to me all the time. Hang on, don't go away. Oh no, I lied. On top of that, I lied again. It's 4 cards, not 3 cards. So go grab your tea or your coffee or whatever beverage that you're enjoying, and let's take a look at. And it's just kind of like things to think about. That's all it is things to think about. Perspective, motivation, direction. So a lot of times we wake up and we're like, I don't even know what the hell we're gonna do. I wake up that way too. Hey, Christy, good to see ya. Okay, all right. So without further ado, let's take a look at these cards. My little feathers are falling down. I had these feathers set up to look really cute. So, hey, Ronnie, how are you? I was thinking about you this morning. Did you get my telepathic message? Okay. All right. So what's the first thing that we're looking at? And this is just like motivations, deep breaths, perspectives, just a way to kind of ground your energy or ground where your focus is. Because sometimes we'll be like totally all over the place. And, well, there's my little feathers that I was like, these are my crow feathers from Russia. Yeah, it's a really cool guy. He's a taxidermist out there. And I was really kind of hoping to get those all in the picture, but I guess they didn't. But that's okay. We still love it, right? All right, so let's get back on track with what's our motivation. What's our, if we had one word to repeat 1,000 times today to put focus and direction in our day, what would it be? And what we're looking at is change. Change, change, change. And often a lot of us, me included, we don't like a lot of change. We don't like a lot of change at one time. And 2020 has been a lot of change all the time. Every day was a constant movement in one direction or another direction, or maybe in all directions. But with change, we can understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement, and that's just an honest truth. Things don't change, or actually, let's get rid of that word change. We don't grow as spiritual beings. We don't grow as people. We don't grow as daughters, sisters, brothers, friends, lovers, whatever. We don't grow at all if we are resistant to change. And change can be just so hard because we're stepping outside of our comfort zone, even when our comfort zone sucks, okay? We don't like to step outside of our comfort zone, even when the comfort zone sucks. But change is a required not emotion, or required energy or vibration in order for us to evolve grow, ascend, become the people, the human beings that we agreed to be on this incarnation. And so sometimes it's really difficult to embrace change, but embrace change, even if that means that you have to grab onto the coattails of change. It's a really important aspect in your growth as a person. Okay, and so we've got blah, blah, blah. Ooh, okay. I don't want anybody sending me hate messages on this one. This week she's been brutal. They've been brutal this week. Hold on. And I'm like, damn it. Why are we even talking about denial? Okay. Remember, and I'm just now talking about change and how a lot of us are uncomfortable with change. We don't like stepping outside of our comfort zone. And sometimes it will be in denial, or we will refute that we have any imbalances, or that we have things to work on, or that we are lacking in aspects of ourselves, body, mind, and spirit, that are holding us back from being the groovy beings that we agreed to be, right? So denial, and it's like, in denial, we have to acknowledge that we have fears. You know, what is your fear? I think a lot of us have a fear of a fear of being rejected. And so rejection can be a really cold, hard feeling in our spirit, you know, to feel like you're totally alone and that nobody loves you, nobody cares about you, that you're insignificant. But in denial of who we are and who our emotions, you know, make our thought processes roll, and the actions that we take in life, we can learn to be better people, because it's sometimes those rejections or that denial is exactly what we needed in order for us to be a part of change or evolution, growth, ascension, being who we agreed to be. All right, but you know, nobody likes to feel rejected and nobody likes to feel unloved. But sometimes we need to be rejected by the things that do us no benefit. And then also, in order for change to happen, we need to be able to reach out and embrace the things that we do want and that are in harmony. Kenna, that is heartbreaking, and that is not, yeah, that's just not anything any of us want to experience. I share healing, I share love, I share nurturing and comfort with you. Girl, that breaks my heart. Yes, that is. I think that is a mother's, even a father's worst fear, is to lose a child. And so my prayers go with you, sweetie. My prayers go with you. Okay. So I told you this is going to get deep, and this is going to get kind of dirty. And I don't mean dirty like sexual dirty, or risque. I mean dirty as in getting into the bare essence of our soul. We tend to overlook failure, and or when things don't work out in our direction or the way that we want them to, we always take that as a failure. It's not always failure, guys. Sometimes shit happens in your life, and I'm sorry to use that word, but that's the meaning of it. It's really, really, really intense. Sometimes we go through some really crappy, horrible things in our life, and we experience this sense of falling down on our knees and feeling totally broken and dejected. We go through those failures, if you want to call them a failure. We go through those failures to release bondage that we have placed upon ourselves. We need to release that stuff. And a lot of times, if we're not open to releasing the things that we feel uncomfortable about, or maybe that we're in denial of and aren't allowing us to change, that we go through this really crappy phase where it seems like everything falls apart. And as difficult as it is to say this, is that sometimes when that happens, not sometimes, but when that happens, you have to allow that dust to settle to actually see what is still viable for you to move forward with. Okay? It's a really difficult thing because often the things that we are in failure with are things that we have grown to love and appreciate or depend on, even if they're not the most healthy things for us. We become very, very dependent on that, and we have to experience that failure so that we can go through and heal and move forward and change, evolve. Okay. And the last part of this, and I'm gonna kind of laugh on this one, because it was I'm kind of, I'm like driving down the road in my neighborhood, and a lot of people have their Christmas lights up already. And I love Christmas lights. Christmas lights make me feel like a little girl, very, very giddy. I'm happy. I'm doing this thing. If I'm the passenger, if I'm the driver, I'm doing this on my steering wheel as I'm driving because it's so cool to see all of the Christmas lights that are out there into this holiday festive vibration. And that helps to raise our vibration. So if you're in an area where they're celebrating Christmas or the Nativity, get in your car or do the walk tour and go check out Christmas lights. And you'll be surprised how cool they are, just even in your neighborhood. We've got like about 10 houses in our neighborhood that I just really want to go and like give them a gift card and go, I love you people. But anyway, let's look at this card and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, there's a big difference here. Okay, we're looking at an envy card, and the envy says, I'm the same as everybody else, but I have different challenges. And often when we're like driving down the road and we're seeing things that other people have or other people have created, and we're like, I wish I could do that. I wish that was mine. I wish, I wish, I wish. I want, I want, I want. Envy can do two things. Envy, when we're looking at things that we would like to bring into our life, envy can motivate us to be a part of releasing our connection in with failure. Envy can motivate for us to get out of denial, and envy can motivate us to change or move or grow. So envy doesn't always mean something negative. It can actually be very motivating in achieving some goals that you have, or that you would like to create for yourself. So I'll say I'm jealous, but in a good way. So it's like my friend will tell me they did a really cool trip and they enjoyed themselves and they experienced X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, oh, that is just so cool. I love that. Oh man, I'm jealous. I wish I could have gone. It's not that negative envy, because that negative envy or that negative jealousy will force us to go like into a corner and sit and brew in a really negative way. But envy, when it's with a joyful or a heightened vibration or a raised vibration, actually motivates us for some change. So today, our Soul's Journeys Lessons card is talking about looking inside yourself, looking around yourself, and get out of denying the things that you've been holding on to. Sometimes we blame ourselves for being a crappy wife or a horrible husband, or I'm not a very good cook. I can barely boil water. All of these different things, and we kind of dog ourselves. It's time to embrace ourselves. Instead of focusing so much on what you're not really good at right now, today, start focusing on what you are really good at and share that energy out with other people and share that energy with yourself. Often we'll try to fill everybody else's vessel from a half-filled vessel. Take care of yourself first, then let that love flow. So kind of off the wall, kind of going in I was like, please don't be negative vibration. And it was like, why do you look at things as negative? So I was like, oh, I get it. Okay. Failures are not really failures. They're just lessons of not what to do in the future. I get it. So peace, love, and harmony. I hope you enjoyed today's soul journey and have a great day. Peace. Share some love. Be groovy. Be cool. Smile, most importantly.